Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be going through the topic of osmosis. So the meaning of osmosis is that it's the net movement of a solvent, for example water, from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. So for those of you who don't know what a semi-permeable membrane is, it's basically a type of membrane that only lets certain substances go past. So in this picture you can see that only the water molecules can go past, but the gap between the cells isn't big enough for the red ones to go past. So osmosis in plants. So let's take a potato cell for example, and if we place a potato cell in a dilute solution, so dilute solution would mean that there's less sugar and more water, and there's more sugar in the potatoes and less water. So since there's more sugar in the potatoes, water would move into the cell, causing it to become turgid. So these key terms I've included above, which are turgid, flaccid, and plasmalized, they're really important for you guys to get marks in exams, so make sure to include them in your answers. So in an isotonic solution, the concentration of sugar outside the cell and inside the cell is the same, so there wouldn't be much of a change. So if the potato cells were placed in a concentrated sugar solution, that would mean there's more sugar particles outside the cell than inside the cell. So the water from inside the cell would move outside the cell because water moves out. Because water moves from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, so the water would move out and it would become a plasmalized cell. So osmosis in red blood cells. So blood usually travels in plasma, and plasma is a type of liquid which contains many substances such as blood, urea, and hormones. So if plasma became too dilute, then the water would move into the blood to make the plasma less dilute, so the blood cell in short bursts in a hypertonic solution. In a normal isotonic solution, the concentration of water inside the cell and outside the cell is the same, so there won't be a change. And in a hypertonic solution, there's less water in the plasma, but more water in the blood cell. So water from the blood cell would move out of the cell, so the cell becomes shriveled. So I've got a really good tip to remember these because I know this can get a bit confusing. So for hypertonic, I would just remember the word hyper. So when someone's hyper, they're always running around and they have a lot of energy. So hyper would mean that water would move out because they get tired and become shriveled. So that's just the way I remember it, but you can remember it any way you want. Okay, now on to the exam questions. So this is a 2-marker, so make sure to take your time and pause the video. The answers will be on the next slide. Okay, so here's the answer, you can check it. Okay, so I've attached photograph B over here for it to be easier for you guys, and it's a 4-marker, so make sure to take your time and pause the video. Okay, here's the answer. So from all these bullet points, you could have chosen any 4 for your answer. Notice you have to include partially permeable membrane. That's also a very important keyword that you need to include in your exam questions. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Make sure to subscribe if you liked the video.